We begin our newscast over at Assembly Square. A huge residential building is about to rise next to the T station. The developer, FRIT, had been in discussion with union contractor, but recently decided to build non-union, saying union labor costs too much.
FRIT sent a letter to city officials and labor leaders announcing its decision last month. Local unions and workers launched a campaign. Jerry Gauthier is a lifelong Somerville resident and a member of the Sheet Metal Workers Union.
I've been living on Dartmouth Street for 15 years. I have a wife and 4 kids that live in the community. It costs a lot of money to raise a family in Somerville. At least if you work union, you get paid good money and you can survive here.
The complex will be built on this parking lot, Block 6 at Assembly Square. Near the Orange Line stop, a movie theater, restaurants, and clothing stores. Rand Wilson, a union organizer, said the project could have been a great opportunity for local workers.
We want to make sure that a project of this size and scale that it really will benefit the community. And one of the ways to ensure that it does is to make sure that the work is done union and that the work will allow local residents not only to live here, but to work here as well.
The redevelopment of Assembly Square received over $80 million in public funding. But the new apartment building is not a public construction, and the builder doesn't have to use union labor or pay what is called prevailing wage.
Even though Federal Realty is benefiting from having the Orange Line here and from all of the infrastructure that the city and the state has created here at Assembly Square, it's not a prevailing wage job. And so it's, when the bidding occurs, it's not a level playing field between the good contractor that provides health care and pension benefits and training opportunities, and a contractor that's making as much money as they can and ready to exploit labor by any means necessary.
FRIT was not available for an interview. In an email, the company spokesperson said, quote, "At the moment, we have not been able to find an innovative way to bridge the construction cost gap, and the Federal Realty is not willing to pass the excess cost on to future renters. This is not a problem that is unique to Assembly Row and the Somerville residential construction. It is happening all over the Greater Boston area. Downtown Boston rents command a higher rent, and the construction costs can be passed on to the renter. We are not willing to do that."
I think Fritz is making a big mistake. You know, I'm down there shops, you know, spending money all the time, going to movies there. I've been to a bunch of the shops. You know, it'd be nice to, you know, for me to be able to work down there and make some money. And, you know, you actually, you know, wow, we do good work, so you really get what you pay for. You know, it would be nice if the mayor would help us out and, you know, try to get us down there working.
The mayor was also not available for an interview, but did send a comment. The city has been and will continue to work to attract new construction jobs through community-driven development. And as conversations between the trades and the contractors arise with each new project, we will continue to facilitate those conversations. While the mayor's office appears not to be taking action, the Board of Aldermen passed a resolution on January 22nd, urging FRIT to hire union labor.
It was something about $60 million in bonds we've been given to Assembly Square. And I do think that, you know, we have a right to say we would like to see some local hire here. We'd like to see some union hire.
Or unanimously, it seems like we're supporting this, at least from the aldermen that are in attendance tonight, that this is a value that we're going to carry forward in other projects as we develop the rest of the city.
The resolution is not enforceable, but it does express the collective support of the entire board. Will public pressure causes FRIT to reconsider? We will stay on the story. From Somerville Neighborhood News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.